So you're thinking of moving to Long Island, New York? In this video, I'm going to talk about the Long Island, Suffolk County. Should you move to Suffolk County, or should you move to New York City, or the other county in Long Island, which is Nassau County? And I'm getting after it right now. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about living in Long Island, New York, then subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Long Island, New York. My name is Cornell Smith with eXp Realty. We get calls and emails every day from people just like you looking on help on making their move to Long Island, and we absolutely love it. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All the information is in the description below so we can help you make a smooth move to Long Island, New York. So as I mentioned before, I'm talking about Suffolk County today. So Suffolk County is one of two counties in Long Island. There's Nassau County and then there's Suffolk County. Well, technically you could say the New York City boroughs of Brooklyn and Queens are Long Island too, but when most people speak of Long Island, they're speaking of Suffolk and Nassau. So Suffolk County has a population of about 1.5 million people. You could think of Long Island, Nassau County, and Suffolk County as suburbs of New York City. So Suffolk is known for being one of the best places to live in New York State. It's known for being good for families, good for outdoor activities. Suffolk County is the easternmost portion of Long Island. So the eastern end of Suffolk is split into two peninsulas, the North Fork and the South Fork. Suffolk County is surrounded by water on three sides, and these bodies of water include the Atlantic Ocean and Long Island Sound. And the eastern section of Suffolk County contains large bays. Suffolk County ranks as the top 21 most populous county in the entire United States. Suffolk County is made up of 10 towns. These towns include Brookhaven, Babylon, East Hampton, Southampton, Shelter Island, Smithtown, Southold, Huntington, Riverhead, Islip. Some of the pros, the good things of living in Suffolk include the schools and education, the fact that it's family friendly, there's a lot of outdoor activities, recreation, and the suburban feel. Some of the negatives include traffic, transportation. The weather might be a negative for some, and in this video I'm going to touch on something a bit controversial. Some people may not want to share, but I'm going to share, but you guys stick around to find out what that is. I guess another thing you could say as a benefit of Suffolk County is its location. So Suffolk County is the easternmost portion of Long Island. To the west of Suffolk County is its Long Island neighbor, Nassau County. And then even more west of that is New York City, which some may say is the greatest city in the world. So for someone who may want to live somewhere relatively cheaper, expensive New York City, but still be able to go to New York City and enjoy that city life, living in Suffolk might be a great option for them. Suffolk is number 4 out of 57 New York State counties for being the most healthiest. Suffolk County is ranked number 9 for its public schools, ranked number 13 overall as the best counties to live in New York State. According to Niche.com, Suffolk County is number 3 amongst 57 New York counties for being best for outdoor activities and recreational. One of the benefits, pluses, good things of living in Suffolk County is its schools and education. So much like its Long Island buddy neighbor of Nassau County to the west, Suffolk County is also known for good schools. So the top 3 public schools in Suffolk County, or the top 3 public school districts in Suffolk County, are ranked amongst the top 50 school districts in New York State out of 672 public school districts according to Niche.com. These top 3 public school counties in Suffolk County are the Half Hollow Hills Central School District, the Harbor Fields Central School District, and the Three Village Central School District. Top 10 public high schools of Suffolk County are amongst the top 100 public high schools in New York State out of 1,255 public schools. The top 5 public high schools in Suffolk County include Half Hill Hollows West High School, East High School, Ward Melville Senior High School, Harbor Fields High School, and Walt Whitman High School. Some colleges and universities in Suffolk County include Suffolk County Community College, Dowling College, Farmingdale State College, Five Towns College, and Stony Brook University. The median rent in Suffolk County is $1,895 compared to the United States average of $1,163. Another benefit plus of living in Suffolk County is its suburban feel. So much like Nassau County, Suffolk County is suburban filled, though if you take someone from the boroughs, they might consider Suffolk to be a little bit rural or country. So according to niche.com, 82% of Suffolk County residents own their own homes. The median home value in Suffolk County is $436,300 compared to the median home value of the United States average is $244,900. So Suffolk County has a lot of, quiet tree-lined blocks, single-family homes with spacious yards and housing options. It's not uncommon for you to have homes, like I said, with large yards, some garages, some attached garages, some detached garages, and it's not uncommon to have a pool if you were to own a home in Suffolk County. And also I see this kind of a lot in Nassau County, but probably more so in Suffolk County, where the neighborhoods are so quiet that there's not even, a lot of sidewalks. Most of the houses in the New York City boroughs pretty much have sidewalks, but you see that some in Nassau County, and I think it's a bit more common in Suffolk, where there's no sidewalks in the neighborhoods. They don't really want a lot of foot traffic from people who are not from the neighborhood. That's what I think. And then a funny thing, I guess a plus of being so spacious is that people in Suffolk County own a lot of cars. So the average household in Suffolk County owns 2 cars. 40% of households own 2 cars. 25% of households own 3 cars. 15% of households own 4 cars, and 7% of households own 5+ cars. And this is according to census data. So I guess you gotta take advantage of all that space if you like to, drive them whips around. Another plus or benefit of living in Suffolk County is the outdoor activities and recreational activities. So according to niche.com again, Suffolk County is ranked number 3 out of 57 New York State counties for its outdoors and recreational activities. There's the Brookhaven State Park, which is 1,638 acres. In the park, there's the Brookhaven Trail, which is great for hiking. The Camp Harold State Park in Montauk is, 415 acres, includes heavily wooded areas, expansive beachfront along the Atlantic Ocean, and a historic military installation. There are pristine maritime forests, freshwater wetlands, spectacular ocean vistas, and dramatic bluffs rising from the beach. There is an extensive trail system which allows for hiking, bike riding, and horseback riding. Camp Harold State Park boasts some of the best surf fishing locations in the world. There's areas for picnicking, and it's also a great place for conspiracy theories. It's alleged that at the military installation, secret military experiments were conducted. They experimented with time travel. They were experimenting on developing mind control techniques, and even aliens were housed there. Cedar Point County Park in East Hampton boasts 607 acres. There's individual and group camping, areas for picnicking, licensed waterfowl hunting, boat rentals, and nature trails. At Greenport Skate Park, you could show off your skateboarding, inline skating, and BMX skills. Some beaches in Suffolk County include Cooper's Beach, East Hampton Main Beach, and Montauk Point State Park. There's the George D. Costello Senior Memorial Skating Rink in Greenport Village. It's a 7,000 square foot skating rink, and it opens and operates year-round. There's the Long Island Aquarium in Riverhead, which pretty much opens year-round. It includes some of the best and largest coral reefs displays in the Western Hemisphere. There's a $120,000 Shark Tank, sea lion shows year-round, butterflies from all over the world, and interactive shows. Like I said before, it's open year-round. The Parish Art Museum in Watermill celebrates the artistic legacy of Long Island's East End, one of America's most vibrant and most important artistic centers. There's over 260 works of art from contemporary painters and sculptors like John Chamberlain, Elizabeth Peyton, and Jackson Pollock. Then on hot summer days, there's not too many better places you could go than Splish Splash Water Park in Calverton. 96 acres of water slides, attractions, and fun. 20+ water slides, 2 wave pools, large kiddie area, and the lazy river. So I have a little story about Splish Splash. I remember I went there with my family members and I believe my church in the year 2000. I'll let y'all guess how old I am. So I remember going on the water slide. I was on a floaty. Somehow I slipped off the floaty and I was just, going down the water slide, not on the floaty, which I should have been on. I don't even remember how I got off. But yeah, so I was going down the slide. At the end of the slide was 6 feet water. I went down. I did not know how to swim. Thank God for that split splash lifeguard. If not for them, your boy might not be here today. And to this day, sadly, I still don't know how to swim, but I'm gonna get right. I gotta learn. So let's get into some of the negatives and downsides of living in Suffolk County. So much like New York City and also its Long Island neighbor Nassau, Suffolk County does have some traffic issues. That's to be expected when you have an area that has over 1.5 million people, and where over 50% of the population, the households own 2 cars. So that's a lot of people and cars on the road. Some of the major highways that service Suffolk County include Long Island Expressway, Northern State Parkway, Montauk Highway, Suffolk County's Veterans Memorial Highway. For public transit, Suffolk County is served by the Long Island Railroad and Suffolk County Transportation. Some people in Suffolk County do say though that their public transportation is not as good as their Long Island neighbors in Nassau County. According to census data, the average commute time in Suffolk County is 32.4 minutes compared to the US average of 26.9 minutes. About 8% of the workforce in Suffolk County have super commutes, where their commute time exceeds 90 minutes. And for some, they say that if you do not have a car in Suffolk, it may be hard to get around. Another downside of living in Suffolk County, some would say, is the cost of living, taxes. So when you compare Suffolk County to Nassau County and New York City, it's considerably cheaper and less expensive to live in Suffolk County than to live in Nassau County or the New York City boroughs. Though Suffolk County on average is more expensive than New York State and a lot of entire United States on average. And like Nassau County, Suffolk County residents do pay a lot of taxes. So Nassau County and Suffolk County, Long Island combined, do pay some of the highest taxes in the entire United States. So let's take a house in Queens, for example. So if you have a house in Queens that's worth about $500,000, you should expect to pay around $5,000 in taxes per year. That same $500,000 house, if it was in Suffolk, you could expect to pay somewhere between, let's say, $7,000 per year in taxes up to maybe around $15,000 per year in taxes. But I guess, you eat that, you bite that bullet, you eat that cost, being that there's so many amenities and things to do to upkeep the county. I guess that's just, the cost of doing business. It's something you got to deal with. Another downside could be the weather if you're not a person that enjoys all 4 seasons. So you do have all 4 seasons in Suffolk County like you do in Nassau and New York City. So the summers are hot, though the summers aren't as hot as down south. In the summer, there is some high humidity and occasional showers. The winters are cold with occasional snowstorms. So if you're someone, you're from the Sun Belt or you like tropical climates, you might not want to come to Suffolk County between the months of like November to March. So from like April to September, October might be more ideal for you to visit. So there you have it. Those are the pros and cons of living in Suffolk County. Some of the good things of living in Suffolk County include schools and education, the family-friendly field and activities, outdoor activities and recreational activities, its location being a suburb of New York City and its suburban feel. Another downside of living in Suffolk County, or I guess maybe Long Island in general, is that while it's very diverse in some areas, it's not diverse, in all areas. So in 2019, Newsday released a 3-year investigation about the real estate practices across Long Island and Nassau and Suffolk County. Some agents, not all agents, steered white buyers to white communities and minority buyers to minority communities. As a result of this investigation, us licensed real estate professionals nationwide are undergoing more fair housing and cultural diversity education and training, so we don't obviously replicate these type of harmful practices, discriminate against people. They uncovered that 19% of prospective Asian home buyers were discriminated against 19% of the time, Hispanics were discriminated against 39% of the time, and African Americans were discriminated against 49% of the time. We have to remember that as licensed professionals, we can't steer people to live in certain communities when they tell us what that they want to buy, we listen to the price points and criteria, and then from there we show them the neighborhoods and options that work for them. But we have to remember, they have to make the choice on their own of where they want to live. We can only provide them the information, but we can't persuade them or try to coerce them to live in certain areas. So yeah, some areas of Suffolk are diverse and some areas of Suffolk aren't. Some of the downsides of living in Suffolk County include traffic, transportation. Four seasons might be an issue for some. For the people who don't like the cold, cost of living might be, while cheaper than Nassau County and New York City, it's considerably more expensive than New York State and the US on average. And also the tax situation, you're paying some of the highest taxes in the United States. And something that might be big for some is that in certain areas there's a lack of diversity. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything about living in Long Island, New York, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Long Island, New York. My name is Cornell Smith with eXp Realty. We get calls and emails every day from people just like you looking on help on making their move to Long Island, and we absolutely love it. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All the information is in the description below so we can help you make a smooth move to Long Island. So as I mentioned, I just covered the pros and cons of living in Suffolk County. Signing off.